Okay, we're back with AD and Kristen Hamilton. We'll go ahead and open straight up to questions. First up, Wes Underwood, Sports Timeout Podcast.
Hey, congrats on the championship run tonight as it continues and the win there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First question's for AD. Another outstanding performance from you tonight. What's this mean to you going to the championship and getting to play against your former team of 6 years?
I think majority of it is this team came together, had a goal and ambition of what they wanted to do, and that's the biggest part, is being able to go to this championship with this team, these players that have committed to each other and to the process to get here.
Thanks, Wes. Up next, Thad Bell, Blue Testament.
AD, I understand you tied or passed another record tonight. I know you're more focused on the ultimate goal, but what does it mean to you when you're doing that? I think the records that Jeff rattled off earlier, but you keep saying.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, unfortunately. Try that again.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know if it was
That's
on my
better.
end or
That's
not.
better.
Jeff had rattled off a couple of records that you had set or tied tonight, and I know you're more focused on the end goal, but do you take some pride in how you're doing that, or just what do you feel about setting those records?
Honestly, that it wouldn't happen without this team. Alex, she freaking saved the goal off of the line, and those are big moments. That's a game-changing moment, and our team had freaking, from what I heard, 37 clearances. That shutout doesn't just happen from me. It happens from the entire team. It's the forwards putting on pressure in the back and in their back line. It's our midfielders doing the work, and then of course our defense doing what they need to do.
Thanks, Thad. Up next is Theo Lloyd Hughes from The Striker.
Hi, AD. Did you have a favorite save tonight?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, AD, did you have a favorite save from tonight?
Did I have a favorite save from tonight?
Yeah.
Literally my teammate who saved it off the line. That was probably the most crucial save. That is my favorite save of the night. That is the save of the game. Or the match. Whatever that one is called. However we do it.
And another thing I wanted to know is kind of like, do you feel like you've ever encountered any kind of team effort or togetherness that you've experienced before in your career that this team is showing? Because it feels like what's going on in KC this run the last few months has been different.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a team. You have to come together to be a championship team. You have to have some type of togetherness, and everybody on the same page and moving to where we want to go, and wanting to get better every single day and wanting to achieve the things that we're achieving. And that's every single person on the team, staff included, putting in the time and the effort to be here, and believe in one another.
All right, thank you. Up next, PJ Green, Fox 4 KC.
Hey, congrats on the win, guys. This one's for both of y'all. Both of y'all being the vets on the team and both winning, NWSL championships. What have y'all been telling everybody on the team on how to get prepared for this run?
Yeah, I mean, AD kind of touched on it before. It's all of us together, That's what's gonna bring us through. That's what's gonna help us prevail and get, obviously into the championship. And that's what's gonna help us win the championship. We've been a part of really good clubs, really good teams, and the heart of this team is so unique. I'm just so incredibly proud of everybody, and I think that we just lean on each other, we support each other, we pick each other up when someone's, down. And that's just who we are, and we're going to grind it out, and we're going to fight for each other, and we're never going to stop working. So I think just telling each other every day that we appreciate each other, what we do on the pitch every single day in training, it's just, it's incredible, and that's what's going to get us to the end.
I mean, I can...
Nope, go ahead.
I said I can follow a little bit. I think the joy, I spoke on that before the game, and I think that's something that this team really, really focuses on, because why do we play if it's not fun, you know? And you can tell within this team that we love this game, we love what we do, and we love who we're doing it with.
They're tired tonight. I mean, they just spent the last 45 minutes
Hello?
celebrating.
We're tired? What does that mean?
Wes?
What are you talking?
All right,
We
sorry,
got
go
a whole
ahead.
nother 90 minutes in us. What are you talking about? We tired.
Sorry, I was talking about my baby.
I got one too. Yeah, she tired too. I get it.
Jeff, I got one more.
All right, go ahead, PJ.
Yeah, you know, Amy, you and Alex, y'all were the goal scorers for the night. For both of y'all, how fun has it been just to watch her grow in her rookie year?
Oh yeah, it's been awesome. She's a lot of fun to be around every day. AD talks about finding the joy. She's a character. She's always having a laugh. She's always, making everyone else laugh around her. But yeah, just to see her be able to step into whatever role we've needed her in it's huge for us. Having Desi out last week, her stepping into a big role to fill there, and doing a great job. So yeah, she's a character. She keeps everybody going. And yeah, it's really cool to see all she's accomplished this year, and I'm excited to see where her career goes.
All right, thanks, PJ. Up next, Jeff Kassouf from The Equalizer.
Hey, congrats on the win and getting to the final. Wanted to ask you both, you both arrived mid-season last year, and that was kind of that time period at least was kind of a turning point for this team where maybe even if the results weren't coming, the performances were there. Just wondering, from that kind of unique vantage point of arriving mid-season, even of how much of that back end of last year do you feel like is a basis for everything this year, or just kind of how much did that contribute, do you feel like, to getting to this moment?
I'll go.
Yeah, you want to go?
Yeah, I can go.
I got some too whenever you're ready.
I got some too. You got something to say? You go ahead. You got it.
Well, I think just last year, the players that have transitioned from last year's team to this year's team, they went through a lot. And when we arrived, they were still going through stuff as a team, and they actually embraced us to come into this team, and that embracement really allowed us to feel like we were part of the team, or me personally, that we wanted to keep moving forward. They didn't want to be where they were. It was unfortunate where they were last year and where we were. And as we all kind of made that decision, and we started having those games, we realized that what we were capable of and what this club could be capable of. And so that's when you saw all the off-season work, and the players who returned this year really bought into everyone who came in with us, the rookies that came in, the new coaching staff. It was a transition for everybody, and last year's last bit was okay, we can do this. It gave us a little bit of a belief to start this process moving forward this year.
Yeah, I'll just quickly. I like Eddie said, the team went through a lot. It was a tough year, on and off the field, I think, for kind of everybody. And in those last maybe 6 games, we had a little bit of an unbeaten streak going at the end of last year, and that was, like Eddie said, that was a nice little morale boost, I think. But yeah, I mean, this off season was kind of a reset for everybody to just say, hey, what are we doing? What do we want to accomplish? What are the changes that are going to be made? And obviously we had already seen the investment that the ownership was already putting into the club, kind of towards that latter end of the season when we unveiled our new branding, new stadium. We were going to be playing at Sporting Stadium at Children's Mercy, and those little things made a huge difference to us, that they believed in us. They were going to keep investing in us, and push us to be, the team that they thought we could be. And those little investments kind of stay in your mind through the off season and help you kind of push yourself to where you want to get to. And like Edie said, we bought him this year, and it's paying off.
Thank you both. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Steph Young from The Athletic.
Thanks, Jeff. Excuse me. It's a little fall cough. I just wanted to ask you guys to reflect on the goal. You were on opposite ends of the goal. Just starts all the way back from AD to you in the front, Kristen. Seems like such a hallmark of your ability this season, all season long, to move so quickly and transition end to end. And I'm just wondering if, just asking you to reflect on implementing that style this season and like really like having a team style that's developed into something that can create such danger so quickly. Just how do you feel about that goal as kind of like almost this perfect example of everything that you guys have tried to do this season?
Yeah, I think the NWSL in general is very transitional. So we have to be better than the other team is at it, and it's something we've emphasized. I was kind of fortunate enough to be on the sideline talking to Matt at the moment. We were talking about the subs coming in and what we were going to do from there. And I just happened to see AD decide to play the ball early, and I was like, well, I got to go, Matt. See ya. And I ended up kind of in the perfect spot at the perfect time. So thanks, Matt, and thanks, Lynn, for all week at training. She's like, you can hit this shot like this, and it was perfect. So.
Great. Thank you both.
Thanks, Steph. Jackie from Women Kickballs.
Thank you. Congratulations to you both on the win. This is just for either of you who wants to share. But Matt was just in here earlier talking about just creating an environment for players where they can thrive. And so just wanted to get either of your perspectives of just how you would describe just how his leadership role has impacted the team's progress this season. Yeah. It's very different. I was actually just talking to Jordan Angeli about this on the sideline, and we've just it's such a different style of coaching that I think most of us have experienced. We are used to a certain way, and Matt's kind of like, no, go out there and do what you guys know how to do and have fun. So yeah, I mean it's worked obviously super well for us this year. It's fun to go out there and just feel free to kind of be you and do what kind of got you to this point. So I don't know, that's kind of my take on that, but it's been fun.
Yeah, you can tell that players are vibing off of that. They have that freedom to be able to be them, and it's really just about little moments that continue to add up. And you just see that growth and that development of like decisions and characteristics and tendencies that players all have, and then we've learned what we like to do each individually, and we've kind of grown as a team and allowed players to use their strengths and let those strengths shine rather than putting people in a box, and that's been a very unique way of doing it, and that's what she was talking about with Matt, just allowing people to have that freedom.
Yeah, just a final question for me here, but I know you're both talking about just kind of that joy and how it just impacts you as a player as well. And so just want to get your thoughts of like how you find the balance of like still incorporating that joy into your game days, but then also trying to like mentally focus and, just kind of focus on what's ahead of you in terms of your opponent, and just kind of getting your thoughts on how you do that, especially like heading into a big championship game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, it's just part of our DNA. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but obviously when we're all professionals, we all got here for a reason, and it's what we do to shut off the, maybe all like the, I don't know what I'm trying to say the words, but like shut out all the goofiness, all the like messing around, having fun, like laughing, giggling, whatever, when we're in those moments of training to focus, to get the tactics right, get the set pieces right, get all of these little pieces right, but then it's all those little moments in between. You're getting water, you're laughing, you're having fun with each other, and then when you're back to work, it's work, and you're there to learn, get better, grow, and then get yourself ready for the game on the weekend. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just the joy is part of us, so it kind of never goes away, but we found a way to work within that and find the moments that we can do that, and then find the moments that we can be serious.
And I don't think they have to be separate. When you're focused and your touch is good, you're putting in a beautiful ball, like those moments are actually fun. When you're playing well, usually you're focused when you're playing well, and so that fun is already part of it, because we love to do this. And so Coach U11 kids a while back, and it was like, oh, we're gonna have fun, but we're gonna have focus. It was like fun with focus every single time, and that's, I think that's what also like goes into it. It's like you can have fun and have focus all within the same thing, and I think sometimes sports get away from that a little bit. If you're like laughing and giggling all the time, you're not focused. That's not necessarily true. Well, definitely not for this team.
Love it. Well, thanks so much, and yeah, good luck seeing DC.
Thanks, Jackie. Hey, Steph, did I cut you off? Do you still have another question?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Jess.
All right. Well, we're going to call that a night, and we'll have a full schedule of events coming from the league and championship week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.